So Ross, you've now hit scratch. You've hit scratch handicap, which means you are eligible to enter, the Open, the British Open. You can enter the normal and the senior at the moment now, can't you?
Yeah, I'm just unfortunately missed the window for doing the Open for this year.
So that's date-wise, yeah.
But I will try and play in it next year, definitely.
Yep.
Something I've done in the past and I've enjoyed.
So tell me about the senior then. Like, what's the process? You need to be scratch handicap to enter. Is that's the kind of minimum or maximum?
Yeah, criteria is really simple. You either need to be a professional. You need to be 50 on the first day of the tournament.
Sure.
Which I will be. So I turned 50 just a few days before the tournament. I actually turned 50 2 days before the qualifying, so that's great. And the other criteria is if you're not a pro, just be 0.4 or less. So, and that's what the Open is as well. So the Open's the same, which I think is brilliant. It's always been that way. So when I was a kid, as I mentioned, I wanted to get to scratch because I could enter the Open. So the Senior Open this year is at Gleneagles. It's on the King's Course.
Yeah.
Which is funny, that's the first place I ever went to see a professional golf tournament in person when I was about 11. So I got really nice memories of there. The process was relatively simple, reasonably long form, but pretty simple. Ultimately pay 250 quid.
Yeah. Yeah, so
pick the course you want to qualify at. You definitely want to think about whether you enter it or not.
Yeah.
But £250 entry. And the really nice thing is, for the Senior Open, it's just a one-round shootout. So for the Open, because it's so large, I would go to regional qualifying, then final qualifying if I got through. Regional qualifying, there's 12 get through-ish. Final qualifying, there's like 3 or 4 get through from a field of 140, so it's really, really tough. Yeah. Senior Open is 114 spots at each course. There's 4 courses for what you would say is final qualifying, and those courses are Blairgowrie, so it's Rosemount and Lansdowne at Blairgowrie. There's Glen Murnie and then there's Stirling. So I've chosen Stirling because I've never played either Blairgowrie course, and I don't think it'd be a smart idea to go and play somewhere I've never been. And apparently they're pretty tree lined, so that doesn't sound like it makes sense to me. Glen Murnie I've played before, and it's a really nice course, but I actually prefer Stirling. It's a lovely golf course, and I've got good memories of playing there. And then the funny thing is, I get lessons from Scott Borman, who's one of the pros.
Oh, nice.
And I know Kenny Monaghan, who is the head pro there. So, yeah, hopefully good vibes going to Stirling. And that's on Monday the 20th of July.
That's really interesting. So there's 4 qualifying days.
Yeah.
About 140 spaces, you said, per day.
114 people on each course, so there's... What's that? 460 people almost.
Yeah, totally. And then how many go through from that for the senior?
I think there's 7 to 10 from each venue, which is pretty good for a one-rounder.
So 35 to 40 people total. Yeah. And is there a finals to get into the Open from the
No,
the
that's
senior
it.
Open from there?
If you make it, you're in.
So 35 to 40 people go through from those 4 days of qualifying.
And it's all on the same day. That's so really cool. the four tournaments are on the Monday, then the actual tournament has started in terms of practice days by then. So you're in the tournament week.
It's on the week, right? Even better. Yeah.
So if you qualify on the Monday, you're like straight to Gleneagles on the tee.
So it's like a fifth day. Is it? Well, Senior Open, is it 4 days? Is it the same as? So it's a fifth day of the tournament, really. And it's like a first day, which is making the cut. On that first day, you get into the next 2 days. Do they do a cut halfway through the actual tournament as well? Yeah,
so it goes Monday's a qualifying, and so the qualifying's obviously away from Gleneagles. The people who are at Gleneagles have already qualified. They have a practice day that day, and then there's a Pro-Am on the Tuesday. So they do a Pro-Am because it's on the Legends Tour, basically the former European Senior Tour. So they've got a Pro-Am and then a practice round. So obviously folk like Henrik Stenson, who are actually playing, Henrik Stenson's in the field, so he's going to be playing the Pro-Am, I'm sure. Then the numpties who qualify would go out after that. And then the Wednesday is just a straight practice day, so no Pro-Am or anything. And then Thursday you're into the tournament, 2 rounds, cut at halfway. So yeah, pretty exciting. And I know 2 people who've done it. So one of my former school teachers, Johnny Johnson's done it, and a guy called Kenny Gallagher. I had both of them on my other podcast, and they did it. So they made the one round shootout, Johnny did it at Royal Portrush about 22 years ago, and Kenny did it something like 10 years ago. Yeah.
That's really cool. I look forward to following along. I asked you the date yesterday, obviously wondering if I could get down to watch. That'd be cool to come along and actually watch your round. But I don't think I can, annoyingly. But that'd be cool sometime in the future.
Score-wise, because you obviously want to invariably have a number in your mind.
Yes.
And I've always known when you go to regional qualifying what kind of number. Most of the guys will be... You don't want to think about it, but you want to have some idea. I think 3 under par is going to have a pretty good chance of making it. Because I've seen in the past, most venues, it's about 3 under has got a good shot making it.
Yeah, you're talking about, 40 out of 560, you're talking about like 7 or 8%, aren't you? Top 7 or 8%. So it is like a high bar.
There's some proper senior tour players playing.
Really? Even in the qualifying?
Aye, really? Totally. Yeah, because it's the British.
Aye, yeah.
You've got some really top players playing.
Who would be an example of the kind of top or the most famous players still playing in the Senior Open like that?
Well, technically Poulter and Westwood would be eligible this year, but of course they've got their situation with Liv that they can't play. Henrik Stenson, I think, is confirmed, so he is playing. I don't know if Paul Laurie's playing, but it's that type of player.
Yeah, so people...
KJ Choi names. Won it in the past. Yeah. Padraig Harrington will be playing. Oh, so, nice. Yeah. That would be
an episode for the podcast if you ended up qualifying and then you're in the first day with Padraig.
Yeah, well, that would be different. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but look, it's just really nice. I think the thing that's really nice is to be able to enter.
Yeah.
And look, it's not cheap, but if you're not, for me, if I've not got goals when I'm playing golf and there's not something to achieve, well, what am I playing for? And I'm not saying that doesn't need to be true for everybody. I do play golf for enjoyment. I do love the game. I literally love the game, but the thing that really keeps me going and has kept me going the last few years is thinking I could get back to scratch. As mad as that sounded when I was up at 4 and had the chipping yips, driving yips, you name it, I had every yip going. So getting through all of that's been really satisfying, and just having that opportunity again to give somebody 250 quid to enter the lucky ticket draw.
No,
so
I imagine playing the qualifying itself is an experience, like never mind getting through to the actual tournament. So that's really cool. Yeah.